Hey, so I keep getting asked how do I do my eyebrows, especially when I'm wearing my glasses. So I'm here today to show you how I do them real quick. And the tools that I use my favorite eyebrow pencil. I have my concealer and I have my brow artistry brush, which has a spoolie at the end, as you can see. All right, and then at the other end it has an angled brush, a very thin angled brush. I hope that you can see that. I also have a blending bud as well. So these are the things that I use. Okay, so 4 items. So I'm going to show you real quick how I do this. All right, so my brow pencil, at one end you have the pencil here, and the shade I'm using is brown. Okay, so you screw it up and it comes up. Okay, and then you screw it back down. Then at the other end you have like a suede type brush. I hope that you can see that. Okay, so I use the brush to brush out my brows just to make sure that it's all brushed out and they're all lying in the direction I want them to lie. Then I turn it round and I go to the pencil. And all I'm doing here is I'm following the outline of my natural brow. Okay, so I always start at the bottom. And like I always say to people, everybody has a different technique. So it's finding what works for you, but this is what works for me. I start at the bottom and I work my way out to the tail end of my brow. And then I go from the top. So I literally outline it first. I go from the top into my arch, up and over, and come down into the tail end of my brow. Okay, so there's the outline. You can see that. Okay, and then I go back and that's when I fill in, and gentle strokes. My brow pencil's really smooth, really soft, so I don't need to add a lot of pressure at all. Just gentle strokes, as you can see, and I fill in. And I literally fill it in. And it's up to you how dark you want it, whether you want it to be slightly faded at the front or you want it to be all one solid colour. It's entirely up to yourself. Okay, and once I'm happy with it, the overall shape, which I am, that's it. You can see the difference in my brows, my natural brow with the brow pencil. Okay, then what I do is I go to the other side and I do the other side, but what I'm going to do is one at a time just so you can see the difference. Okay, so then what I would do here is I then take my concealer and my brush. Now this concealer, you don't need a lot. I'm using 2 shades lighter than my natural skin tone. This shade is called Chanel. I must let you know, we no longer do our concealers in this format. It now comes like this. The formula has changed, but because I still have a lot of this left, I don't like waste. So I'm using it up. So I squeeze some of the concealer up to the top. If I've got excess around the tube, I just wipe that off onto my brush. You only need a little bit, you don't need a lot. And then I go from underneath my brow. Again, I'm tracing the line of my shape of my brow. Why am I doing this? This is what helps to tidy up how my brow looks. Okay, so if you've gone a bit wonky or made it too thick and you want to thin it out a little bit, using a concealer is great. And as you can see, I'm doing this with my glasses. So those of us that wear glasses, you can do this with your glasses on. I know how difficult it is to do your makeup when you haven't got your glasses on. You can't see a damn thing. I'm with you on that, girls. I'm with you on that. Okay, so my concealer has just tidied up my brow there. I bring the excess down into my eyes here. Okay, you can see what I'm doing here. And then I take my blending bud. Let me just put the lid back on that so I don't get it everywhere. I take my blending bud. I dampen it a little bit. I'm using rose water, just literally a little squirt to make it damp. You don't want it wet, you just want it damp. And this helps for the product to move easier than when it's dry. And then I'm just dabbing where I put that excess concealer, just buffing it out with my blending bud. For this, you do need to take your glasses off, girls. Okay, and I'm literally just blending it out. And that's it. Okay, put my glasses back on to make sure I've got everything. You can do this with your finger if you prefer, whatever you you prefer and what you're comfortable with. I used to do it with my fingers. I've got used to doing it with a blending bud just so I don't make a mess all over my hands. And there you go. There's a little bit there. Let's just wipe that away. And there you go. There's my brow done. Okay. You can go back in with the spoolie if you want to, if you want to just brush it through. And some people do the concealer at the top as well to shapen up the top if you feel you need to. I personally don't. I don't do that very often. That's it. So you can see the difference. Brow, natural brow. Okay, you can see the difference here, right? You can see I'm thinning as I'm getting older. My brow hair, this side of my eyebrows is way thinner than this side anyway. But you can see what difference having a brow done. Okay, and that is exactly how I do my brows. So I am going to do the other side real quick. Like I said, outline your natural brow shape. And brows are sisters, not twins, so you may find that it's a different shape to your first brow, you know. Like this one, like I said, I've got less hair on this side than I have on the other. So sometimes this side takes a little bit more work. And you can see I'm literally just filling in. Once I've drawn my outline, I'm just filling in. I am a bit of a perfectionist, so I do try to make them match. Although people keep telling me they're sisters, not twins, but I want twins. I would like twins, but it's not always possible. Okay, a little bit overextended on there, but that's where the concealer can come in and you can tidy it up. And just do the hair a bit. Okay, so don't worry, I know they're a bit wonky, but I'm going to sort that out with concealer. Let's sort that out with concealer, so don't worry. I'll just grab my concealer. Like I said, you make a mistake, you overextend, or it's done your brow too thick, whatever it might be, concealer is the magic trick to tidying it up. It really is. And then bring that excess down. Didn't put as much concealer on this side as I did the other. And I am no makeup artist, people, so I've learned this. This is from watching makeup artists, watching girls that are just makeup enthusiasts that know what they're doing, literally. And I just do it my way. As long as I'm happy with it, I'm good to go. Do that in the middle, make sure it's a bit tidier. Do you see how I've tidied that up where I had messed up? I'm going to take my glasses off in a sec. But you can see, right? And it's not about getting it perfect to what you think everybody else says is perfect. It's about getting it perfect for what you feel is perfect for you. I'm just going to do my arch a bit more here because I feel like I didn't do that well. Bring that down. There we go. Okay. Buff that out a little. There you go. My brows are done. I'm just going to quickly blend here a bit because I didn't use the blending bud that much on here. Just make sure it's completely blended. And this is just a real simple, natural look for a mum on the run who's literally just going to pick up the kids from school. You just want to look a little bit brighter. I've got no other makeup on my face. I've literally just done my eyebrows and that's it, with my glasses on. That's it. We're done. We are done. We are done. We are done. Okay, then you add the rest, whatever you want to put on, your mascara, whatever. But that's how I do my brows wearing my glasses. I hope that helps you.